You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, YNR fans. So we're less than 2 weeks away from Abby Newman's latest and possibly greatest wedding, but it looks like Victor Newman's schemes and spite are going to ruin her big day. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and let's dive into why this wedding could turn into an all-out brawl that could top them all for insane nuptials on The Young and the Restless. But please hit subscribe if you haven't. So far, the only things that seem certain about Abby's big day are the date, November 13th, and she and Devon have agreed that the cake's going to be tasty. Dominic's going to be adorable. I'm hoping he's going to be their ring bearer or have another important role. That kid is so adorable. And of course, Abby's dress should be spectacular, another Sally Spectra wedding original to wow those in attendance. The big issue is Devon and Abby don't know where the wedding will even take place. Victor Newman is in charge of the venue. And even bigger is the issue that Abby is worrying that non-wedding drama will dominate her special day because her dad Victor is burning bridges around Genoa City like he's a pyromaniac on steroids. Already, Devon and Abby are concerned about Lily Winters making a scene at the wedding because of him. The sister of the groom is on a tear about the father of the bride, Victor, and his wife, Nikki Newman, doing her dirty on the Chancellor deal. And, you know, Devon and Abby have talked about this. Lily's been open about it, and they've agreed she got done dirty. There's more to it, but they definitely did her dirty and lied to her face. So Abby's horrified at what Victor did to Lily, but little does she know that her brother Billy Abbott might also be a target of Lily's at the wedding as well. All in all, you know, Devon's worried Lily will act out, and she refuses to promise her brother that she won't. She even suggested he disinvite Victor and Nikki, and then when he said he wouldn't, she suggested that maybe she'd skip the wedding, and Devon is horrified that his sister would miss his nuptials. What is Lily thinking to ask Devon to tell Abby that her dad can't be there to walk her down the aisle? Meanwhile, Jill Abbott is set to be in town for the wedding, and that's another source of wedding day trouble that ties back to Victor. I was really surprised on Thursday's episode when Lily lied right to Jill's face on the tablet call saying that Billy blew the Odyssey 7 deal. No, he didn't. That is a bald-faced lie. Lily blabbed insider info to Victor about the deal, and he's the one who blew it up. Lily is totally to blame for that, and I'm certain Billy is going to tell Jill when she gets to town. So thanks to Victor chasing Chancellor, you know, there could be all these big to-dos at Abby's wedding between him, Nikki, and Lily. Also between brother of the bride, Billy and Victor, and we could see Jill and Victor bickering. Billy blowing Lily up to his mom could happen, and the whole thing could turn into a shout fest. And there's more. I'm just getting started. There's so much more. So Adam Newman will be there, you know, brother of the bride. On Victor's orders, he's been posting hit pieces about Abby's brother at Newman Media, Billy. And Adam and Billy were just arguing about that at Crimson Lights. And if Chelsea is Adam's +1, which Victor would like, that's going to make things messy. So we have Ashley Abbott back from Paris, of course, to see Abby marry Devon. So that means Abby's Uncle Jack Abbott's also going to be on hand. Is Victor going to shout at Jack and Nikki about their night of debauchery and make a big scene about that? He might. Also, with Jack coming, will Victor conspire to get Diane Jenkins to the wedding to drive a bigger wedge between them and make sure that their marriage is completely ruined? And I have to think Kyle Abbott's going to be there because he is on the bride's side, and then his date should be Claire Newman, also on the bride's side. That could get messy with Jack in the mix, especially if Victor sets it up so Diane is there. And don't forget, Diane pitched to Victor that he should fire Kyle and put her in charge of Glissade. I would not put it past the mustache to blow all that up before Abby's big day and then it all come out at her wedding. You know, we could have a 5-tier wedding cake fight or something. But that's not even all. Victor fired Audra Charles in a very shady move after Kyle stole that product from Jabot. And Audra's likely going to be attending as best man Nate Hastings +1. Audra hates Victor, and she and Lily were just smack talking him. So those two might hit the champagne tower and then start a ruckus, which would also be Victor's fault. If Billy brings Sally as his date, which is possible, Victor will probably have some snarky comments to make, even though Sally designed Abby's wedding dress and I'm sure is welcome there. And Adam might start a brawl with Billy over Sally as his date, which would still be Victor's fault for riling up things between the two men by weaponizing Adam's position at Newman Media against Billy Boy to make him look bad at Chancellor because Victor's trying to steal the company. So there is one thing I think we can safely say is not Victor's fault that could really mess up Abby's wedding, and that's down to Sharon Newman. Is Nick Newman, another bride of the brother, gonna bring Sharon as his +1? And if so, will Phyllis Summers happen to be there also? If so, things could get insanely messy really fast. If Sharon is there, maybe she'll bring one of her imaginary +1s with her, like, hallucinatory Cameron Kirsten, or even worse, the new one, ghastly, ghoulish, ghostly, dead Heather Stevens. So remember 12 years ago, Sharon burned down that place, the Newman Ranch house where the wedding is going to be, during a bipolar spiral. And now they've rebuilt it and she's in another spiral. I mean, surely Y&R wouldn't go to the trouble to rebuild that set just to have Sharon burn it down again, right? I hope not, but who even knows? Maybe she'll just burn down part of it. With her being unhinged, and if she's there at the place she burned down before under similar mental health conditions, I mean, we can't say that she wouldn't do it. And let's also not forget that the father of the bride, Victor, has been lying to his wife about so many things lately, and their marriage is stressed to the breaking point right now. Are Nikki and Victor going to blow up at each other at the wedding if her hubby starts taking nasty pot shots at Jack, the man who literally saved her life by scaring her into rehab? Victor wants to blame Jack and said he almost killed Nikki, but literally everybody else in the family, Victoria, Nick, Adam, Nikki herself, have all said Jack saved her life. I think it was Nick even said that Jack was a hero for doing it. And boy, he didn't like that. And Victor hates the fact that Adam is still close to Jack, and we know Jack's going to be there. This whole thing is a powder keg. All I know is that Abby's third wedding, has the potential to just be explosively bad. The other two marriages didn't work out great. Hubby number 1, Stitch Rayburn, slept with her mom. Hubby number 2, Chance, was the one Abby cheated on with her current groom, Devon. However, both of those weddings were very nice, but the marriages didn't wind up so great. So maybe this time, if Abby's wedding day is an unmitigated disaster, then the marriage itself will turn out picture perfect in a strange twist of fate.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.